Alrighty, good afternoon, everyone. I am live, so we'll get a couple more minutes here and we'll get started on this historic winter storm that millions and millions of people are going to be going under here in the United States. So we'll give a couple more minutes and we'll get started. Alright, I guess we'll go ahead and get started and we will see if a lot of people join or not, but go ahead and start talking. So I got this. So I got the advisories and warnings map up right now here on Radar Omega. Uh, this is all your winter storm, guys. This is all of this. I'll go through what it is here in a minute, but all of that is winter weather alerts that are in effect right now. This is a very powerful cold front. You've got winter alerts all the way up across the west coast. Well, not the west coast, but the Rockies here across the western United States, and then the central part of the country. That area of low pressure will start to dive down from the Rockies and hit this north central and north of the southern United States here for this starting tonight into tomorrow, all day tomorrow. Okay, so let's go by piece of what all these boxes mean. So this purple color here is your winter weather advisories. Those are winter weather advisory depending on what mixed precipitation. This one here, 3 to 5 inches of snowfall and a light glaze of ice. And winds excess of high as 30 miles per hour for all of western and north central Nebraska. So you're talking about most of the state of Nebraska going to be under that risk for light glaze of ice and a light glaze of ice and 35 inches of snowfall. This peak is winter storm warnings. So pink is winter storm warnings. You could have several amount of snowfall, and then you have freezing drizzle / freezing rain, blowing snow. Portions of north central Kansas and south central Nebraska is under that winter storm warnings. You've got winter storm warnings in effect for St. Louis, north of Springfield, Missouri, here across the Appalachian Mountains, south of Columbus, Indianapolis, Ohio. We're in that winter storm warning, including in Louisville as well, Charleston, West Virginia. We're in that as well. And then this blue color here, you still are in the East Coast by Philadelphia and Washington, D.C. That is a winter storm watch. We could be seeing snow accumulations up to 5 to 10 inches. We could see a localized band that could see up to 10 inches of snow possible for portions of the Washington, D.C. area, but we'll see what happens there, but that's looking more and more likely. Now, this orange color you see here, those are blizzard warnings. Blizzard warnings are in effect with you got to have 30 mile per hour winds or greater for 3 hours straight for this to meet the criteria of a blizzard warning. So that is a blizzard warning. 2 inches, you can see 6 to 14 inches of snow, wind gusts as high as 45 miles per hour. This is for north central, east central, and central Kansas and northeast Kansas. So we'll see what happens. This is but midnight into Sunday night, so we'll see what happens, and your visibility will drop dramatically. So let's go ahead and take those warnings off, and let's go through the model. Let's go through model data here as well. Go through the model data as well. Here, I get the. We're gonna start out with the HRRR model. The HRRR model is one of the best models out there. It is going to change over the next few days. Let's go. Okay, so this is your HRRR model. You can see this is about 1 o'clock. We'll see what this is what it thinks the radar will look like about 1 o'clock. So it is 2 o'clock now, but let's go to 2 o'clock. So here is 2 o'clock. So you can see I am looking at the Kansas City area, and it's showing light freezing rain starting to come into the Kansas City metro. So we could be talking about pretty good sizable, pretty good banding of freezing rain starting out in Kansas City. Now you look off to your in Nebraska, you see some sleet, maybe freezing rain, and some light snow to really start to go on the increase. I do expect snow to start to go on the increase across from St. Louis all the way into this area right here later tonight, Maryville, Missouri, all the way down to St. Louis, including Jacksonville, Illinois. Let's go ahead and time this out here. Let's see what's the low for me. So this is about 5 o'clock later today, 5 o'clock this evening. So you can see a really, really heavy band of freezing rain here across Kansas, southern Nebraska. We have the heavier band of snow there. But this area right here, you're talking about sleet, heavy freezing rain and sleet. You can see a mix of freezing rain and sleet across portions of Kansas, from Kansas City down to Jefferson City, Missouri, including Columbia, Missouri as well. We can see a corridor of heavy freezing rain and sleet. And then you look at the blue, you see where the blue is starting to set up shop here across Jefferson City, near the St. Louis area, here in Nebraska City as well. We could be dealing with snow starting to go on the increase. Now as we head toward, let's go ahead toward about 11 o'clock tonight. You can see where your banding of snow is starting to go on the increase. Heavy, moderate to light snow across portions of Nebraska. But you also have your heavy band of snow here starting to go on the increase across portions of St. Louis and Illinois into this area right here. This is about 11 o'clock tonight. So you're going to talk about banding of snow. You're going to start seeing the bands of heavy snow really start to set shop here across Missouri and Illinois. We also going to see what the HRRR model is trying to depict here. We're seeing some freezing rain, slight freezing rain, freezing drizzle, sleet across Kansas City. But you go north of the area, you've got heavy snow from St. Joseph, from west central Kansas, all the way east toward Indiana. This is about 2 a.m. tomorrow morning. Now look what it does. Okay, so this is about 7 a.m. tomorrow morning. You can see got a narrow band of sleet really starting to go on the increase here across Madisonville, Kentucky, here in those areas. St. Louis, we could see a narrow band of sleet come into the city of St. Louis. We'll definitely see what happens here. But zoom in here on cities and towns. So like Jefferson City, we could see some sleet fall, heavy sleet. Columbia, we see some snow / sleet fall in those areas. Kansas City, we're going to start seeing that heavy band of snow really going on the increase here across Kansas City. So we're going to have to keep an eye on this. St. Louis, you're same thing like Kansas City. You're going to see a narrow band of heavy sleet, then change over to snow automatically. So let's go about midday, close to midday. The HRRR is starting to show that sleet really in Columbia, Jefferson City to St. Louis. Kansas City, you could get into some sleet as well. That will cut down on your snow totals. But you see where the snow totals are. See where the narrow band of heavy snow is right here. Kentucky, here across Wichita on the backside of the snow, with some heavy bursts of snow as well on the backside of the system as the front comes in. And look what it does. Look at the heavy band. Let me zoom out of here. So here's a heavy band of snow right up in here. I think this is going to be your heavy band of snow here. From Cincinnati to Bloomington, Indiana, to Indianapolis, and then to Springfield, Illinois, Quincy, Illinois, Kirksville, Missouri, north of Columbia, St. Joseph into Kansas City. That is my area where I think the heaviest of this snow will start to set shop start to beginning at 2 o'clock. But you can see where it goes. As it goes east, we can see the narrow band of heavy snow is shifting down to the south. So now you're talking about parts of West Virginia, parts of Northern Virginia, into portions of central and southern Ohio, and then you're going to have north central Indiana, portions of Illinois, and then you have the backside of the system. Your backside snow is going to be on the increase as well. So you're going to have backside snow as well, and then as you see here, what you can see here, you see this narrow swath of nothing at all. That is warm air. That is your warm air starting to come into the, well, not warm air. It's your dry air starting to come into the cut in some of the bands of snow, rain, and sleet and freezing rain. Once the low pressure wraps around, as you can see here in Arkansas, some heavy bursts of snow could be possible across western and northern Arkansas, including northwest Arkansas as well. But you can see as the low wraps around, we continue about 8 o'clock tomorrow. Now you're talking about heavy banding of snow across portions of Richmond to Washington, D.C. This is about 8 o'clock, 11 p.m. tomorrow. And you can see there's the backside where you could Cincinnati and Indianapolis to Columbus. We could cut into some of our snow totals, cut down our snow totals, and that will put some sleet and freezing rain into Cincinnati and sleet into Indianapolis. And then the system moves off to the East Coast, and this is where we could see portions of Washington, D.C., New York City, Philadelphia. We could see some snowfall there as well. And then some backside snow as the system moves off. And then we go to and that's 48 hours out, so it doesn't go all the way out, but to see where the heaviest of snow is now across the Appalachians. Now off the East Coast, the heaviest of snow is off the East Coast and into Philadelphia and Washington, D.C. And I can't rule this one out either. We could see some snowfall as far south as Atlanta, maybe Montgomery, some light snow into Georgia, into Alabama, into northern Mississippi as well. Tennessee, we could see a few light glazes of snow, possibly as the storm system moves off to the east and colder air fills in. So now let's talk about those colder temperatures. This is the temperature map right here. You can see this is not going to be 100% right, but this is your temperature map. You can see where it's really cold to the north here. You can see it's really cold. This is where you're going to start seeing freezing rain become a problem across that area there. But you can see when it loads, we'll go ahead and look at this temperature. Give it a second. So this is about 4 p.m. today. Okay, it's 4 p.m. today. You can see Dallas is nearing 60 degrees. You can see near Odessa, they're near 70, maybe 80 down there. Look at, there's your cold front right here. Your cold front is right here. So there's your cold front right there. This area right here, in the panhandle of Oklahoma and Texas, that is your cold front that's going to be changing everything in the weather next week. It's your Arctic front right here starting to come its way in, and then you got your 1040 millibar high coming in. That's the cold front right there. Watch as the cold front comes in. You can see where that cold front is now. Let's go here. So Oklahoma City about 58. You go to Woodward, they're about 29 degrees. So a big drop in temperatures there. So you're talking about you could drop 20 to 30 degrees in an hour is what this model is showing. So you can see tomorrow warm air going out ahead of the system. So now this is about 8 o'clock in the morning tomorrow. Below freezing across Oklahoma City. You can see your cold fronts right here now. Fort Smith, Little Rock, we're going to be seeing severe weather there, and into Texas as well. And then you could go, now you go down south, you can see what it does here. 70s across central and southern Arkansas here with the severe weather likely down there. Severe weather outbreak possible down there. And then this is about 12 p.m. tomorrow. And look what it does. By 2 o'clock, the cold front's starting to approach Arkansas here. And then look what it does. By 6 o'clock, you're talking about Dallas, Texas in the 40s and 30s and 40s. Oklahoma City, you're in the low 20s, maybe even teens across the area there. And then look, there's your cold front. This is 40 hours out. But look, this is about 6 a.m. to Monday morning, 6 a.m. Monday. Now you've got maybe teens, lower teens, single digits across northern Arkansas, widespread area across the central eastern United States. You're going to be below freezing. This could go all the way down to the Gulf Coast, down to New Orleans. We could be seeing some freezing temperatures there, and we're going to stay freezing all day tomorrow. I don't see, I see Dallas getting out of the 30s, the freezing mark, but you're still going to be in the 30s no matter what. But we're going to see some heavy cold. This is going to be pipe bursting cold, y'all. Keep the pets warm inside. Check on your neighbors and relatives as well. We're going to have to keep an eye on this, guys. Oh yeah, let me go out to late next week, though. Late next week, we could be dealing with a system. I have been looking at the model runs lately. Let's go and take a look at that. Let's go and zoom out of here. All right, so this is one model run. This is the European 12Z model run from this afternoon's model. I know this might be this is not confusing, but this is your snowfall amounts that are possibly could happen, but this will change. This is likely going to change by next week. But you're seeing the heavy corridor of snow. We have a late week system coming in late next week. Could bring some snow into Texas. I think Dallas to the I-30 corridor up to Little Rock and up to Memphis. That is going to be your area where your heaviest of the bands will set up. I think we'll see what happens. It's going to change dramatically. Here's the GFS model on the snow next week. Yeah, so it's a lot less on the amounts of snow, but you can see what it's trying to depict here. We're seeing a storm signal here, guys. A storm signal of snow next week here in the south, and that's looking likely. All the models are indicating that. Well, I can go here to the European ensembles here, and I'm looking at the European ensembles, and you go to let's go to winter probabilities. This is 1 inch of snow or greater by next week. Look at that. You're talking about almost up to a 70 to 80% chance that we are going to have 1 inch of snow on the ground or greater across Texas and to Arkansas, up into western Tennessee and northern Mississippi. So a good agreement. Here's 3 inches of snow or greater, Texas and Arkansas and southeast Oklahoma. 6 inches or greater. It goes a little lower, but Arkansas, Texas, and southeast Oklahoma. So all I'm going to say for right now is the storm chances are increasing for next week for a winter storm. So we're going to have to keep an eye on this winter storm for next week. And I will keep you all updated on this, guys. Everyone, I will keep you all updated on this as well. This is a big, powerful storm system this weekend. Let's get through storm number 1 before I talk about what's going to happen next week. But I just wanted to give y'all a hint of what next week could bring us next week. So y'all stay tuned. I will have multiple live streams a day on this, going over this snowfall tomorrow as well. And we'll know by Monday what the track is going to go and where the heaviest of the totals will start to set shop on next week. So I will catch up for another live stream later tonight, and we'll get ready for a heck of a busy couple of days, y'all. So thank y'all for tuning in, and I will catch y'all for another live stream later tonight. Y'all stay safe, okay? Bye, y'all.